Okay, so educating students with special needs in general education classrooms, there were three really big definitions that I wanted you to know. Students with special needs are students that are different enough from their peers that they require especially adapted instructional materials and practices to maximize their learning and achievement, whether that be longer test taking time, maybe that be a scriber, just many reasons, many things will come into play there. Another definition, inclusion, is the practice of educating all students, including those with severe and multiple disabilities, in your neighborhood schools and general education classrooms, regardless of the severity of that special needs. They are in the classrooms as much as possible. Individualized education program, an IEP, is a written description of an appropriate instructional program for a student with special needs. I know you're getting all this stuff in SPED, and that's why I'm not spending a whole lot of extra time on it. I do want to make mention of it. I do want to give you a piece of advice for being a classroom teacher myself. The thing about the IEP and the meetings that you'll have about the IEPs, everybody has to sign off and say they agree or they don't agree. The main thing I want you to remember as a classroom teacher, as you're sitting in this meeting and they're talking about all of the intervention pieces and the things that you need to do in your classroom, if any of them is beyond your control to do not say, I agree, because when you sign your name to that sheet, you are saying you will do whatever it says. So I want to caution you right there. You make sure, number one, you know what it says. Number two, you know that you can do it. And one thing that comes to my mind is Milton, and he had an IEP. And the special ed teacher at the time did not want to have to rewrite it or retest him, so we just took it from another state, a state where he was coming from. But as I started reading through it, it said that a scribe would be provided. And so I went down and told the special ed teacher, you know, who's going to be the scribe, because I don't have time. I've got all these other students. And she said, oh, no one will ever know that. We don't have to do that just because it's in there. Well, it says, I agree, and then I sign it. And I told her I would not sign it until that was removed. Sure enough, the mother came down several times and could quote things out of his IEP. There's some parents who know it well enough to know what you are supposed to be doing, and you better be doing it as rightly so. I totally agree with them. So let me caution you, before you sign, you make sure you understand exactly what you're supposed to do, because they are in your care and it is your responsibility. Some of the students have cognitive, personal, social, or physical disabilities that adversely affect their performance in a typical classroom. Thus, that's why they may spend part of the time in the resource room and other parts of the time in with you. That could be PE, special classes mainly. We had some that went on field trips with us as well. It's just according on if their disability is to where they can do the field trips with you. Others are so advanced in a particular domain, that is, they are gifted, that they gain little from grade level activities and assignments, so they may be pulled to be pushed a little farther. Those I think probably considered gifted would be a minority compared to the ones who are on the other spectrum. I've attached two videos for you. I'm curious to know, especially on the one that says, what do you think about this one? I'm curious to know what you think. So give me a text when you've watched that.